Today we're back at the Cimarron Valley Research Station just north of Perkins, and we're taking a look at how cleanup is progressing after the late October ice storm that we had. We had probably about an inch of ice build up on some of our trees, and at that time it was October 26th and 27th, I believe. The trees had a full canopy of leaves, and most of them were covered with a full crop of pecans. And so you can see just from behind me, some of our trees didn't fare too well. And we're going to talk about some of the decisions that we might make as we're deciding how to clean up this damage and if it's worth saving the tree also. This tree is a Giles cultivar, and Giles has a weeping growth habit, and it was fully loaded with pecans. You can see that there's still some hanging in the branches here, so we didn't get to harvest these trees this year. And the crows and other critters are really happy about that because they're getting really stocked up for the winter. But you can see this tree, it's lost every branch on this tree. And so when we have exposed wood where they're split like that, those are areas that we need to remove. It's just opened up for disease and things. Now in a commercial setting, it's not always possible to do all of that cleanup, but for small area, then we want to go in and do some of these cuts and decide what's fixable and what we need to just get rid of. Now, since this is Giles, and it's not a cultivar that we really recommend for quality production, it makes a great nut to use for rootstock production. It's a cold hardy rootstock that we can grow from the seeds, but we have other Giles in another location in the orchard. But you can see since this limb has split off, it's split down into the trunk. You know, at over 4 feet high is where we'd have to, or it'd be about 4 feet where we'd have to cut this off. So this tree is just going to be pushed out and removed. It's not really needed for research right now. We don't need the nut production off of this tree, and it's so damaged that we really just don't want to put the time and effort into trying to retrain it. Now, some growers do go in and cut them back like a telephone pole, let them resprout and grow back, but it takes a little bit more time and more management because you're going to have to do more training on that tree to try to get to a central leader structure. We'll take a look at some of the trees in the orchard that had more of a central leader structure. That usually makes a stronger tree than a modified leader or mini leaders in the top of the tree. When you have one straight leader in the top of the tree, it makes a stronger tree. But even this year, with as much ice and leaves and nuts, a central leader would not save your pecan tree. Now, just south a few rows of these Giles, we have Merrimack trees, and they have very little damage, just some minor branches in the top of the tree that are broken out. The Merrimack is, it's just a little bit stronger growth habit and a stronger wooded tree. So we had a lot of differences in how each of the cultivars withstood the damage, but a lot of it had to do with our excess of leaf load and our crop that was still on the tree at this time of the year. It's just extremely early type of a ice storm event. So some of the trees didn't have as much damage, and a homeowner might be able to do some of the trimming up and the repair by themselves, but always make sure that you're properly geared up with all your safety equipment. Use a pole saw. Don't try to get on a ladder to do any kind of pruning with a chainsaw or a pole saw. But from the ground, we can remove this limb that has split off. And so since this limb is coming from an area that it's a little bit of a narrow crotch angle, it makes it a little bit of a weak structure anyway, we're going to remove that branch all the way back to the trunk area. We're going to cut it above that collar area so it will heal over nicely. But we can remove this limb from the ground And then you might see there's a couple of limbs that are broken up higher in the tree. We're just gonna leave those, and it will naturally go ahead and fall out with wind later. So you need to be careful if there's big limbs that are loose up in the top of the canopy, but we're not gonna try to get up there and try to remove those ourselves. We're gonna either, if you really don't like it, if it's too unsightly, you could hire someone to come in and do that, but it's really not going to be too much of a detriment to this tree. We're going to just remove this one broken branch right now. So in other areas of the orchard, we had more damage, and not as bad as those Giles where they split all the way back, but we did have some of these trees lose major limbs. But in this tree, we're going to use a lift or a bucket lift to get up into the top of the tree and remove some of those split out branches up in the top of the tree. And we'll also maybe do some pruning to remove some bad crotch angles while up doing those prunings. And people can rent a bucket lift. Like this one's pretty massive, but there are smaller ones you can rent. But I just want to caution you, if you are thinking about doing pruning yourself from an elevated surface, make sure you have some type of safety training and be fully equipped with all of the gear. And you can see when Trevor's up in the bucket, he has got on a harness and a hard hat and ear protection, and he's fully geared up for safety. And because, you know, these trees are important, but we want to keep our people safe, and this is a kind of a dangerous job, so we want to do it as carefully as possible. Now, on some of these limbs, you can see that where they're split, that opens it up, and can, in a lot of instances, there's not, we don't worry about disease that much, but Jen Olson, our diagnostician from the Plant Disease Insect Lab, she was saying that there are some new diseases that may be coming in to other types of trees that we may see in some of these situations where we haven't in the past. And so we're going to try to remove as many of those splits and tears on the bark just to get them cleaned up. Now, in a commercial orchard where they have acres and acres of trees, it may not be possible to do that, but they need to keep an eye out for any type of limbs that are dying back later in the season. Also on the orchard, we're going to reduce our fertilizer this upcoming season because we don't want the trees to grow too much. We want them to grow slowly in recovery, but we may have to kind of play with it a little bit to see if we get the right amount of fertilizer to get good growth, but not excessive. Another thing that we're really going to watch is we're going to apply zinc applications, a foliar application starting at bud break, and then every 2 weeks. And normally on mature trees we would stop after about 3 applications. But when we have severe limb injury or we've cut them back severely and they're growing new wood, we may keep those zinc applications going until the end of June or even till the middle of July to cover those leaves with zinc. Zinc helps with leaf expansion and size, and if we get better leaf production, more leaves, that's just going to feed that tree and get it to grow healthier and back into production quicker. Some of these more severely damaged trees may take 3 to 5 years to get back into production, but a tree like this, it's still going to have good production. We may lose a little bit just because we're pruning it back some, but we're not going to lose too much production on a tree like this. Now, some that we'll show you in a minute, it may take about 3 to 5 years to start producing again. So this part of the orchard has been pruned back already and cleaned up, so you can see the orchard floor is pretty clean. There's a few branches that may still be falling out, but some of the trees are cut back pretty severely, and we've cut major branches back, so some of them are just kind of stubs up there. But we're going to watch these trees, how they're regrowing back. Some of them still have a few branches that may have a little bit of production in them, but some of the other branches will take a while. Now, this time of the year, we could come back in here and do some more pruning to get some better crotch angles, take off a few little stubs here and there, but we're just trying to get through the orchard once right now and get it cleaned up. We can come back and make some more final decisions a little bit later. But we'll revisit the orchard later in the season and see how the trees are growing back and progressing, and we'll follow along with the progress here on Oklahoma Gardening.
We hope you enjoyed this video. It's part of our Oklahoma Gardening YouTube channel. You can also find even more videos on our OK Gardening Classics YouTube channel. And join us on social media for great gardening tips, photos, and discussion.